Guys, Jay Chip here. Going to recap the slip I sent out in yesterday's video. LeBron came through by 0.5 points. Finally, a Prizepicks promo that cashes for us. We didn't have to worry about that one. Well, we kind of did. It's very sorty pick, but still green nonetheless. The two picks that we gave out from both the tools on parlayers ended up cashing us out here. Duncan Robinson under 2.5 rebounds, finished with 1. And Tristan Da Silva under 1.5 dimes. He didn't even sniff one. And this cashes us out for another 6x payout. That's a 5-unit increase on our total since the start of the channel, bringing us to 28.75 units since last November, if you guys been tailing on equal units per slip. So just shout out to everyone that's been trusting the tools and going along with the slips I've been posting out. Much love from myself and the team at Parlay. And yeah, on that good note, I just want to pop up a quick little shout out to my VIP yesterday. Beauty 25x hit here for 2.5 bands. Just an absolute monster hit, all unders. And you see here the correlation pairs that I spoke about kind of in that breakdown video I had posted maybe 2 weeks ago on how I made it to a total of $25,000 playing on Prizepicks. But yeah, I basically broke down that whole correlation strategy that I really like to use in my bigger 5 or 6 like flex slips. And these are, of course, what you will be seeing when you join the VIP section. So you see here the Draymond and Brandon little correlation pair here. Under on dimes for Draymond, that means under on points for Brandon, most likely more often than not. The Najee Clay connection, also same deal there, dimes and points. And then the Mobley Thornton, same deal again, points, rebounds, assists, both under. So for a full 25x yesterday, that's a 24 unit increase on their total. I believe past 300 units not too long ago. So just absolutely eating so far to start off February. And on that good note as well, we could finally jump into the good part, the fun part of these videos, the slip creation, which you guys love doing this, trying to bring you guys as much as I can on the daily. Of course, we are going to be taking our picks with backup from the parlayers tools. Of course, both of them coming from the gold tier section. We got the Sharp Money tool and the player prop optimizer. The Sharp Money tool comparing the Prizepicks lines back to peer-to-peer exchanges like Novig and ProfitX. Basically, what we're trying to do from this tool is see where the sharp bettors are placing their money, what they're liking, a player's over under a certain direction. Because of course, these sharp bettors, these really experienced bettors, they have the models and certain projections and advanced analytics that could really determine where a player will go more often than not. Of course, they have more insight than what we have just based off history or data of a player's past performances. So that's kind of not what we want to follow. We want to follow these guys. We want to follow what they're saying for a player's upcoming match. And this is why we have this tool. And of course, if you guys have been watching the videos for a while, I love to start off with this tool and then we cross-reference to this optimizer tool as kind of the second part of my strategy, just to see if the Prizepicks lines that we're getting are the best available on the DFS market, meaning if it's the only line that's exclusive to Prizepicks compared to other competitors to Prizepicks, including Underdog Fantasy, DraftKings Pick 6, Better Picks. Again, we're looking for discrepancy value here. So if a number's off by 1 or 2 points, whatever the case may be, and to see if, again, these plays are exclusive to Prizepicks, meaning that they're not offered or discounted on these other apps here, as you see in the middle of your screen. So that's going to be the second part. So like I said, first part will be the Sharp Money tool. It really condenses the top of the top plays on the current Prizepicks board, which is why I like going on this first, knowing I'm getting good data evidence behind each play that I take from this tool. And then we move over to the optimizer just to cross-reference. I like that 1-2 punch type of strategy. And I will start off with my play of the day here that's still up. TJ McConnell in this Pacers game, points under 8.5. He's a green play, 54% chance to hit. He's a plus 105 to his over on Novig, so not a crazy plus line, but still a plus line nonetheless. The sharp bettors on Novig that are offering this line at plus 105 want other people to bite on this, underdog play at the over, because most likely they would like to play his favorite under direction. And you're probably asking yourself, well, how do we know he's favored? If you look to the right of your screen here, we see the market for TJ McConnell's over under points line. Some books that have him at 8.5, he's a heavy minus 136 favorite on FanDuel, minus 141 favorite on BetOnline. But if you see here, other books like MGM, Caesars, DraftKings, Flip, all have his over under points priced at 7.5. So you see here, there's a 1 point jump, a 1 point discrepancy with his line on Prizepicks. And this is why we're securing value by taking his higher projection line, the 8.5, we're taking an under. So if I just go here, that's the first part of the strategy. Second part, we go over to the optimizer tool that I love to use. And this is why we have this as part of the second part, right? TJ McConnell points under 8.5, but you see here on Better Picks, a competitor to Prizepicks, meaning a similar market in the DFS space, the daily fantasy sports space. They have him also at 7.5, which really corresponds to the market price, the market over under for McConnell's line. So I would probably say just by eye that his true points line is probably 7.5 here from what I'm seeing. But the fact that we're getting him at 8.5 on Prizepicks makes all the difference here, and we can just slap his under there. To keep rolling on with the slip and the good vibes here, I'm going to go over to this play in this Clippers game. It's really, honestly, a similar play to the one that we had on McConnell, right? Do we have another DFS book? It's not Better Picks this time, but it's going to be Underdog Fantasy with a 7.5 points. Same deal. We get an 8.5 points line for this, I believe, a backup center now on the Clippers. Points under 8.5. Like you see the rest of the market, same deal as McConnell's line. His true over under should probably be at 7.5. Majority of the books have his over under priced at that mark. When he is offered at 8.5, minus 120 favorite on ESPN Bet and a minus 136 favorite on DraftKings. So I'm comfortable with also playing this guy's under 8.5 here. I'll go less. And if you just see his alternate lines here, his nearest Goblin line's at 5.5, his nearest Demon line's at 9.5. So Prizepicks is basically telling us that he's favored to go for 6 or more, but also favored to go for 9 or less. The fact that we're getting his under 8.5, Prizepicks believe that he's, most likely favored to go for 9 or less. So we're getting kind of a close line there at this 8.5 mark. And I like this guy's under. Again, even in the scenario of this game, should be a very tight game between the Clippers and the Kings tonight. Yannick coming off the bench should be backing up, I believe, Brook Lopez at that 5 spot for the Clippers. If Brook Lopez sees most of the court in a tight game, which he, is projected to do, then Yannick won't get a lot of opportunities just won't get a lot of opportunities to see the floor. So I do like his under here. We need one more play here to round off a 3-man and cap off another 6x slip. First play we're going to go with, because something just got bumped. I like this Cam Spencer PRA play. Under 24.5. He's a plus 122 to his over on So it's over 24.5. So the sharp bettors really want to be on his under at this line. It's the favorite direction as per the market. It's a yellow play, yes, because a lot of the books have him at 24.5. But if you see here, DraftKings is giving us a 1 carry discrepancy. They're pricing him at 23.5. And they're also saying he's favored to go under, which is kind of crazy. So we get a 2 PRA discrepancy with his line to Prizepicks. ESPN Bet saying that he's a minus 110 underdog to finish with 22 or less PRA. That's a huge jump from our line we're getting on Prizepicks. And this is why I really like this Cam Spencer line under 24.5. I'll check his alternate lines, nothing crazy. I mean, his Demon's at 26.5, so Prizepicks believes he's favored to go under 26 or less PRA. Not the 25.5 PRA Demon I was looking for here as kind of like very good reference point. Still like this 24.5, and the Novig sharp bettors for sure like this under 24.5. So that's what we're gonna roll with. Refresh the tools one more time because our what's this guy's name again? Yannick play got stripped down or bumped down to 7.5 points. Very unfortunate there. I knew that 8.5 was really good. All right, guys, looks like Yannick came back on the board. I want to lock this in ASAP before they take it down. So I already did the breakdown on that earlier in the video. I will end up going with this under. Recap of the slip: TJ under 8.5. Cam Spencer under 24.5 PRA, Yannick under 8.5 points. I'm going to run this for $5 because I am max on this account for 5 apiece. You guys are more than welcome to put down more units on the slip, but as always, do not empty out your whole bankroll on one slip. We are going for volume here. We just want to try to put the same unit size on each of these slips and progressively overload as we continue and progress. So with that being said, thank you guys for all the recent support. It's been J Chip, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.